Nurturing students' career development one piece of art at a time is the slogan we have created for DevelopArt. DevelopArt is a web-based platform solely for high school and college students interested in promoting their artwork and selling their creations. Our team recognized the need for a platform where students could sell their designs and buyers could purchase unique, lower-cost pieces of art. Students in the art, design, or fashion schools can register with their school emails as sellers on our platform, and then they can set up their personal profile page for other sellers and buyers to browse and communicate, similar to a social media environment. So next I'm going to introduce our team. So my name is Krisa Stephens, and I am the Chief Financial Officer.
How is everybody? My name is Sean Ross, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer.
Hi, I'm Qianhui Ma, and I'm Chief Marketing Officer.
I'm Jack Goeben. I'm the Chief Information Officer.
Hello, my name is Yuchen Yang, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer.
So next I'm going to discuss our mission statement. So DevelopArt's mission is to encourage and nurture students' creativity, allowing them to connect with buyers and jumpstart a career in the arts. With our platform, not only are students able to sell their creations, but they're also able to connect with employees and network for future career opportunities. Our platform is really unique in that we are truly dedicated to the success and development of the students and their career development. So next I'm going to talk about the two problems that we have found. So since our platform has both buyers and sellers, our team has identified two main problems in the market. The first is that artwork on our competitors' sites, including Etsy and Artfinder, are made by professionals and they're sold at very high prices. And certain high-level vendors on sites, including Etsy, are also mass-produced products, which depletes the purpose of creativity and uniqueness. And so we have found that our target market, which is younger consumers in their 20s and 30s, are really looking for unique art pieces, but at lower prices for their apartments or their dorm rooms. And for the students, they often find it hard to stand out amidst professional artists on our competitors' sites. And so the solution we have found for these two problems was the creation of DevelopArt. In regards to the students, DevelopArt is the only platform solely dedicated for high school and college students to sell their creations and establish their personal brand. DevelopArt really narrows the pool of competition for these students, for they are only competing with others in their age group. And since our products are sold by students, these exorbitant prices will not be charged. And our site will really appeal to those buyers looking for unique pieces of art, but aren't able or willing to spend really high prices for them. So next, I'm going to hand it over to Yuchen to discuss the revenue driver.
Thank you, Krista. Now let's jump over to the revenue drivers. So here at DevelopArt, we identified three major components of our operation cycle: the buyers, the sellers, and the company talent acquisition. So from the buyers, we're collecting the regular service fee per transactions, and we're also offering them monthly flash auction, which are specialty products and extraordinary products other than the regular stuff on our website. And from the sellers, we are collecting the membership fee and commission fee per transaction, just like what we charge for the buyers. And from the company talent acquisition, we charge the companies per hearing and membership fee as well. So as you can see in this demo, we are building up a sustainable cycle in between these three components. So the buyers and the sellers are the major components. The buyers offering the sellers, which are mostly the students, extra income and reputation for them to build for themselves in the future employment. And the sellers at the same time are offering the buyers lower price, high quality, and original artworks for them to purchase by their interest. And the company talent acquisition is also an important factor in our operation. The company are able to see the selling records of each student sellers on our website and see the real product they are selling. So it provides a reputation-based record for the company to see who are the real talented talent in the market. Next part we're going to say is operation plans. Like I mentioned in the previous slide, our sustainable operation environment and the cycle is our main compatibility. So we are creating this sustainable cycle for this three factors to build up a better environment for the artworks and the art industry. So we are keeping ourselves creative and innovative, keep discovering and growing possibilities. That's our top priority. And for the back end operation, technology development, procurement, and human resource management are the three parts we're concentrating on. And for the front end, we are concentrating on marketing and sales, operations, and after sales service. For operations, the top three priority for us are ensuring transaction safety, inspection, and controlling of the quality of the artwork sold on the platform, providing shipping info and instructions to the vendors. So how do we do that? That solution comes from our marketing and sales department. For our marketing department, we are utilizing the presence and opportunities at galas and shows, and we are reaching out to as many as campus communities as possible, and also reaching out to communities which appreciate arts and meanwhile supporting career development and of art and fashion education. So next is the technology part, which is part of our back-end operation. One technology solution we are planning to utilize in the future heavily is the AR, augmented reality. So not like the traditional artworks purchasing experience, you go to a gala, you purchase the artworks from them physically, you can actually see how this artwork looks in your room, on the wall, on the floor, on the table, through your phone, through your camera. It can provide you a 360 degrees preview of the products you are about to purchasing. So just like how you see it in the gala physically. And next, I'm going to pass to Amanda for our marketing research.
Okay, thank you, Mike. So our next step is to figure out who our target customers are and what they really need. In order to do that, we have to conduct two primary research regarding both sellers and buyers. First, we conduct long interviews with potential student sellers and ask questions regarding their willingness to sell, to pay for the service, as well as their ideal selling price. During these interviews, one thing we find very encouraging is that 9 out of 10 interviewees have to donate or throw away the majority of their artwork at the end of each semester, while the outlier's major is film and does not include any physical artwork. Out of 10 interviewees, all 10 interviewees expressed their willingness to sell. 9 out of the 10 are willing to pay $5 to $10 as a monthly fee to such service. The ideal selling price range for 90% interviewees are between $45 to $120, with one outlier asking for $200. Lastly, 10 out of 10 interviewees would like a potential job offer while selling their artwork. Then we send out the service to our potential buyers. So overall, we got 265 participants. The results showed that the price is the most important factor when it comes to purchasing artwork, followed by creativity and the reputation of the artist. In terms of the purchasing frequency, 50% of the participants have recently purchased the artwork in 1 month or less. 75% of the participants feel comfortable buying art online. And lastly, 70% of the interviewees would like to buy from a website that the art students are the only content creator. Now I'm going to pass it to Sean, and he's going to talk about the target market.
Thank you, Amanda. So we're going to begin by saying that there are two target markets. We have the vendors and we have the buyers. So To begin with, we have exclusively student sellers. So these are US high school and art college students from 14 to 22 years of age. And these are just students that are trying to make a name for themselves, as well as make some money and eventually build their portfolio so potential employers even may be able to hire them based on what they've sold. Moving forward, when we discuss our two potential buyers, our main target markets include younger adults who have a lower average income, but they are interested in spending their money on unique one-of-a-kind art pieces, as said earlier. Our second segment includes adults over 50 who have higher disposable income and are more able to support students' talent development. And we target them, especially in this new age where technological advancements have strengthened the credibility of online retailers and has made the buyer process much more user-friendly, especially for our target market of adults over the age of 50. So a large portion of our target market uses social media for a variety of reasons, and is one simple and effective way to communicate our brand and services to the public. Along with that, it's also free for all members of DevelopArt to promote our company online. And to get more viewership on our posts, we can pay the likes of Facebook or Twitter to put our ads on social media. So moving forward and continuing to discuss social media, we get to these marketing approaches. So we will base our marketing campaigns to sellers through personal selling in the colleges by our Campus Ambassador program. So campus ambassadors have been found to be successful in such college targeted marketing plans for companies like Depop, who sells fashion, Sephora, who sells cosmetics, Amazon, a huge conglomerate, and even for user-driven applications like Tinder or Bumble. The majority of the rest will be based on media advertising, so we could reach out to as many possible customers as possible. Moving right along, we bring us to an industry analysis. So we got these two players, but we also, moving on, we operate in the art dealer industry. This industry comprises establishments primarily engaged in retailing original and limited edition artworks. The art dealers industry has fairly high margin and is made mainly up and pretty much exclusively of professional artists. It is a large industry in terms of volume and has been slowly growing year by year. There's been a great trend increasing online sales as a portion of the total industry sales, which is good news for DevelopArt since we are operating in the online sales aspect of the industry. In the last 5 years, the rise of online sales has contributed to increased profit margins of 6.9% in 2014 and all the way up to 12.1% in 2019. Total revenue for art dealers in 2019 was $10.832 billion. So there is certainly a great potential to see gross large sales in this industry. Market share is encompassed by a few overarching corporations and amidst smaller organizations and individual sellers. And the largest players consume most of the market share, but they're limited in their creative or unique pursuits. There are also high cost or boutique models that operate in the auction settings that are comprised by companies such as Christie's or Sotheby's. But in the non-auction setting, the main competitors include Etsy, Artfinder, Artfire, Shopify, and Squarespace. Several of these players have thrived due to their differentiation in pricing of the products, their scalability of the business model, the quality or uniqueness of their projects, and the convenience of the service. But as online sales continue to dominate the market, the art dealer industry will become more and more globalized. So moving right forward, we have a simple timeline for year one outlooks. And as you can see, we want to incorporate DevelopArt as a C Corp and register our trademark. We want to conduct market research and seek out investors. And by September, we want to set up a payroll system and hire team members. In October, we want to conduct usability of the website and hold info sessions at art schools and colleges. And then by January, we want to launch the website and begin accepting student submissions. Of course, we have a greater outlook, and in year two, we expect to research our transition to a global seller base. We want to conduct market research for art students everywhere. And in year three, we want to transition to a global platform, and we want to analyze industry connections and reach out to more companies and add them to our network for potential employers. By year four, we want to increase the number of flash auctions in order to strengthen our profit margins and eventually segue into selling products on our website at charity galas to raise money for various causes. In year five, in our grand scheme. We're going to analyze our sales in order to forecast our year 6 numbers. But as you can see, we want to grow, expand, and become more efficient until people are developing art on our platform globally. Now I'm going to pass it back to Amanda, who's going to continue on.
Thank you, Sean. So we came up with this break-even analysis using our sales forecast of year 1. As Yuchen mentioned earlier, we have 4 revenue drivers to help us achieve break-even. In addition, we have estimated our fixed cost to be $364,000, which include primarily the employees' salaries, marketing expenses, and website development. As we can see from the graph, our margin of the first quarter of year 1 is $129,000, and for the second quarter is $249,000. And when it comes to the end of the third quarter, our margin reaches $365,000, which exceeds our fixed cost by just a little bit. So we're estimated to break even at the end of the third quarter. Now Jack is going to talk more about the financial highlights.
All right, thank you, Amanda. So yeah, as Amanda was saying, we're anticipating a break-even point in the third quarter once our revenues reach $365,000. Based on our income statement, we calculated that the total revenue at the end of 4 years will be $6.595 million. We come up with that in the first month of the year. Then we'll be bringing in about $38,000 in revenue a month, and it just gradually goes up year by year, taking us to that 6.5 mil by year 4. And then after taking into account administrative expenses such as startup expenses, rent, office supplies, executive salaries, design and maintenance for the website, along with depreciation, and then some selling expenses like marketing and advertising, trade shows, and other types of advertising that we'll be doing. Then it comes out to a net income of $3.923 million at the end of year 4. So then I'm going to go into the financial needs of the company. So we need to maintain a cash balance of $200,000 throughout the life of the company. So in total, we're asking for $413,643 from our angel investor. And so we need $200,000 of that up front. And then after that, then we will be taking monthly cash infusions to cover expenses that come up monthly, like rent. Over the course of those 4 years, as I already mentioned, we came up that we're going to have a net income of $3.9 million. And based on these numbers, for the $413,000 investment from the angel investor, that equates to about 9.5% of the 4-year net income. So for that investment, then we are issuing out 15% equity in DevelopArt, and that comes in the form of common stock. So we have a $25 per share common stock. So DevelopArt will be issuing 23,540 shares in total to match that 15% equity. That about wraps it up. Any questions? Thank you for listening. DevelopArt.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.